Okay, welcome back to our fourth section of Biz Freedom Blueprint, and this is our 16th session out of 30. And it's there. This session, this next 5 sessions, is all about how to build closer customer relationships, or in other words, customer relationship management (CRM). And this has been a big buzzword over the last little while, including a number of different software programs or databases that they call themselves customer relationship management programs. But the whole idea about customer relationship management isn't about a specific software program or database. It's all about all the different ways for you to be able to fulfill the promise. Okay, so we're going to start off with this. I want to go over a little bit about my experience in our customer relationships. And the starting point of what I found was major profits in what I did. And if you've heard me mention it before, my very first business I started was at 18, and what I did was I ran martial arts businesses. And you might not know, but I was 300% more average more successful than the average martial arts school. Like the average martial arts school in North America is between 60 to 90 students, where the schools I was involved in was anywhere between 250 to 350 students throughout the one school, and often ran through the assistance of only about 2 or 3 people, if not just one. And 80% of the business that we're involved with came through referrals. So as well as 90% of the profits didn't come through the initial people coming in and joining up, but all through upgrades. So our entire business was based on taking the customer, taking them through an experience, making sure they were happy. And once they were happy, that's when they would create all the business for us, as well as upgrade and increase our profit margin. So we were very specific with how we structured our customer service plans, and that's what you want to make sure you have too. Is it's not just about coming in and creating that initial sale, but afterwards, how are you going to make sure that you deliver on the promise that you gave them? So here's what you need to know right now about creating that customer relationship. Okay, now the first thing you need to do is you need to create a follow-up system after the initial sale, and that's not just on people who come in and purchase, but also on people who haven't purchased yet. And what we want to do is with the people who purchased, be able to prevent buyer's remorse. And how we did that in the martial arts schools is that when people came in and signed up, the very first thing we did is we followed up the next day after the sale, but then every 2 weeks, 4 weeks, and 6 weeks. So 2 weeks after they joined, 4 weeks after they joined, 6 weeks after they joined, we gave them a phone call, and we were prepared with what was the biggest challenges that we knew what the biggest challenges they were going to experience in that first 6 weeks were. We also knew that we had to give them immediate results and be able to have their very first success story within that first 6 weeks, but then a major success at the end of 3 months. And what this was going to do was not only prevent buyer's remorse, okay, but it was also going to help them see success. And we also want to make sure we had a system in place, like what if they didn't buy? You want to make sure you have a system in place that follows up. Where nowadays, being online, it's very easy. Maybe there's just a simple free course that you're going to give them delivered automatically online. And the whole idea is that people will be happy and will talk about you if you always give them more than what they expect. Right? So think of bonuses that you can give them, or how you can cut them off at the chase if you know they're going to have a problem. Like in the martial arts school, we knew that every student that came in at one point or another is going to want to quit. Right? So we'd have to train our parents to be able to see that they were going to want to quit someday, and this is how you dealt with them. And what that's going to do is that added value is going to make them feel like that purchase that they made, no matter what the dollar sign was better. It was more. It was what you gave them was worth more than what they spent. Right, now let's take a look at this across different industries. Okay, now say you're a realtor. Now, sure, there's certain things you can't control about the value of the house. But what you can do is educate them afterwards. This is what to expect. This is the expenses that you're going to have to expect in your first year. This is what you're going to have to look out for. If you see this, if you see your roof like this, you might going to need a new roof. And if you give them that education, you're giving them something that that 99% of the other realtors aren't giving them. I know that when I've bought a house before, I was lucky enough to get a gift from the realtor after making sure that they earned, over 4,000 at least dollars through the sale of either me purchasing or them buying a house after what the split was. Now I know if I had a realtor that came back and gave me an educational program as to what I need to do to take out to make sure my landscaping was good throughout the winter, or what to watch out for if I wanted to plant a tree in my yard, what legislation that I had to follow, or how I could get better results painting my house after I purchased it. How to moving made tips on moving made easy. If I was to be able to have that from a realtor, uh, it would build that relationship closer, where I would feel like I deserved, when I sold my house using the same realtor. Um, and the greatest thing that I got through my first realtor, and if I still lived in that same city, I'd still be using her. I'd actually import her from. She's from Calgary. I would bring her back and import her if I could, and have her buy and sell for me, no matter where I live. Because the best thing she gave me is she introduced me to my wife, and obviously helped me introduce my new little guy in the world. But other than that, you can't do that. You can't do that for everybody. But what you can do is provide them with more value than they could ever expect through making that initial purchase. And remember, the whole idea is for that closer relationship, that know, like, and trust you. Okay, so that's the end of session 16 for Business Freedom Blueprint. And for more information on this topic, go to bizfreedomblueprint.com and order the advanced DVDs. They're in a very affordable package, and the information in the advanced section of this includes 5 specific steps that you can take in order to build trust in your customers. And remember, the whole goal is to make sure that you are able to build them into a raving loyal fan base that is going to help increase your business exponentially. Until next time, I'm Peter Townsend, and thank you for joining Biz Freedom Blueprint.